The other day, I broke your bubble, right? I was like, no, we cannot hold Trump nor Elon Musk accountable under international courts. It's just not how it works. However, now I'm gonna give you some hope. I'm gonna give you some hope because do you know in the reality that Democrats actually uphold supreme law? So our isn't even based on perception of illegitimacy, but an actual legal disqualification, right? Under Amendment 14, Section 3, his violation of Article 2, his commitment to executing all laws faithfully, which he failed to do so on January 6, 2021. Certification lasted what, 18 plus hours? In that reality, he violated Article 6 supremacy clause. Therefore, he would be subverting the Constitution if he is positioned within the head of states, so presidency. Within this reality, where Democrats lawfully dissolve his presidency before he is inaugurated, do you know what this means? This means substantial evidence and precedent in order to do what? To eliminate corporate personhood. Why? Because what the Mario Party in New York has taught us is that there's something that connects all sides, and that is that we acknowledge that it is top versus down. We know that because tech companies in general, have been obeying in advance to an agenda that isn't even in the presidency right now, which means they're obeying before he's even in the executive. What does this mean? Influencing of companies and their characters and reducing of certain parts of their workings to align with the federal government's new conservative and extremist agenda. Removing DEI, removing fact checking, all of these are obeying in advance. But what does that tell us? If there is also substantial foreign interference on the side of certain corporate entities, wink wink, this would be significant and substantial evidence in order to eliminate corporate personhood because it is a threat not only to democracy, not only to our political integrity, to our election integrity, but to our democracy and to our social contract. It has been proven to be a severe threat because it is the only reality in where companies would be investing into a candidate and an individual who actually attacked our social contract. It's because they position themselves as persons. However, they outbid us. This means that the real we the people are being outbid by fake people, fake entities whose sole interest was the driver of this election campaigns. And as such, they have subverted the freedoms and liberties and protections of we the people. The TikTok ban wasn't about data and security, it was about a foreign agent. It was about a special interest that is APAC, the soda, right? Wink wink. When you really look at the APAC and organization, they're not focused on bettering the lives of Jewish people in the United States, but of helping the Israeli foreign policy that is a foreign agent. And the fact that they paid out politicians in order to uphold the TikTok ban and other things tells us that there is a significant threat against democracy and the social contract that includes corporate personhood. And as such, a reality where supreme law is successful before January 20, we have precedent to remove corporate personhood. How? Article 5, the second method, which is how prohibition, the alcohol ban, was repealed. That is through delegates. I believe that even if we have a substantial, controlling Republican Congress, I believe that we, the people, can convince our politicians to, at the bare minimum, eliminate corporate personhood in order to actually move forward beyond this whole Mario Party in New York. Yeah, I think that there will be significant precedent in order to truly transform on a fundamental level and constitutional reform without actual conservative sabotage of the process because it's going to be so unprecedented that we require those constitutional solutions in order to clarify and ensure that this does not occur again. So I want you to understand that there's hope in this reality that we will be capable of achieving the elimination of Citizens United because of how severe of violations of threats to the Constitution, to our social contract, can be attributed to corporate personhood, to corporate influence in politics against the interests of we the people. Let's hope, because this will be sexy.